Hey guys, today we have a short guide to the rank 3 fights for the new Brawlers guild in World of Warcraft Battle of Azeroth patch 8.1.5. The first rank 3 opponent you will face is Oso, a bear with 2 attacks you'll need to watch for. The first is called Shotgun Roar. After a short cast, Oso will fire a shotgun blast in a cone attack in front of him, dealing fatal damage. This part of the fight is identical to Bruce during this phase, but after a short while, Oso will begin casting Grizzly Leap at the player. After a short cast, Oso will leap to the player's location and deal heavy damage. Be sure to move out of the leap circle before he lands. He casts Grizzly Leap multiple times in succession, so keep moving until he is done. The second fight in rank 3 is against Klunk. Klunk has a single attack, Klunk, which does damage immediately around him, as well as directly in front of him. This damage is fatal, so be sure to avoid both the lightning on the ground, as well as the circle around the boss to avoid being killed. Additionally, Klunk will continuously draw the player in closer to him. Be sure to be continually running against this magnet effect, or you'll be drawn into the electric circle and killed. The magnet effect gets stronger with each cast of his attack, representing a soft and rage timer on this boss, so be sure to use cooldowns and potions early to clear the fight as quickly as possible. The third fight in this rank is Farmer Xiang-su. Xiang-su has a large health pool and melees for moderate damage. He also summons a small water tornado with his watering can ability, which will travel in a straight line towards his current target. Getting hit by this tornado will cause you to take heavy damage, so be sure to avoid it. The tornado will also cause any dirt patches that it hits around the room to grow into a yummy cabbage or an infested pumpkin. Walking over a yummy cabbage will cause you to deal 10% additional damage, while walking over an infested pumpkin will cause you to take 10% additional damage. These effects can also be applied to Xiang-su, so be sure to kite him over the pumpkins while avoiding them yourself. Taking advantage of these buffs is key to killing the boss with his larger health pool before he enrages. The final fight in rank 3 is Ahoo'ru. Ahoo'ru was previously one of the most difficult encounters in the Brawlers guild, and while his tuning does seem to make him easier, dealing with him is no trivial task and he is certainly the hardest encounter seen so far. Ahoo'ru has 2 phases. In phase 1, he will kneel in the center of the room, surrounded by a divine shield. During this phase, he is immune to damage, and orbs of light will move around the room, dealing heavy damage to anyone who touches them. Additionally, Ahoo'ru will summon swirls of light that also move around the room, and spawn an avenging angel when you touch them. The angels melee for moderate damage, and when they reach 50% health, they will charge the player's location for heavy damage. In order to transition to phase 2, you must hit Ahoo'ru with angel charges by standing behind Ahoo'ru when the angel finishes its cast of charge. After hitting his shield 3 times, Ahoo'ru will activate and become attackable. In phase 2, Ahoo'ru has 3 abilities. The most important of these is Complete Heal, a spell which must be interrupted or Ahoo'ru will heal to full health. He also has 2 attacks. The first is Divine Circle, which places the player in the center of a shrinking ring of orbs. Use a defensive cooldown and run through a single orb to escape the circle before it collapses to minimize the damage you take. Ahoo'ru's second attack is Crusader Smash, a knockback which does moderate damage. Because of the nature of the encounter, Ahoo'ru can take a while to kill in both phases, and so represents a serious DPS check. Additionally, remove pet taunt abilities, or pets themselves, during phase 1, or you'll have a hard time aiming the angel's charges at Ahoo'ru. This tier represents a major difficulty increase over the previous ranks, so be sure to use your brawler potions and pair with other players to receive their buffs during your fights. That's all for today. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe.